This metallurgy is little bit time consuming because in this chapter we have to study lots of information, especially what is an ore, what is a mineral, difference, why it is called as ore, why it is called as a mineral, all those points. So these points already we discussed. Okay, now our today's part is how to go for enrichment of an ore. It is already rich, enrich, further increasing the percentage of what? Metal. Okay, so to improve the percentage of metal in a given ore, what we have to do? Remove the impurity. See, from the earth crust, we take some 10 lorries, I told in the previous class. So 10 lorries is not a, in the 10 lorries, percentage of the metal is very less. Therefore, you have to separate the clay, mud, all those earthen impurities. In general, they are called as what? Gong. Gangu. Okay. Gangu or the gong. Right. So, the more you remove the gong or the impurities, automatically the percentage of the metal becomes more. Earlier, 10 lorries of mud was there. Now only 1 lorry. So, now you compare the percentage of the metal in the 10 lorry and in 1 lorry. Naturally, the percentage of metal in the 1 lorry is more because 9 lorries of mud you are removed by some methods. That is called enrichment of an ore, okay, or concentration of an ore, or ore dressing, or ore enhancement. So all these terms carry the same meaning, right? So I welcome you all for today's session on enrichment of an ore. Ores mined from the earth are usually contaminated with large amounts of impurities such as soil, sand, etc., called gong. Okay, so the impurities must be removed prior extraction of metals. This is so called enrichment of ore. This already explained just before few seconds. Enrichment process depends on the physical chemical properties of gong and the ore. That means I want to remove the impurities, but how you will remove? For that, you have to take a small sample of the ore I told in the previous class and take to the laboratory. Study it. What type of metal is there and what type of impurities are associated with the metal. So depend upon the nature and the properties of the gong and the metal, we select a suitable method so that our removal of the impurity becomes easy. Otherwise, if you select a wrong method, then either we remove our impurity nor we can save our time. Waste of time, waste of money, waste of energy, waste of labor. Therefore, kindly study the nature of the impurity and the nature of the metal present in an ore, then select a suitable method, adopt it, do it, then you are successful. Then only you can go for the easily, conveniently, profitably extraction. Okay. Many methods are there, but normally we follow 4 methods in 10th, 11th, and 12th. Those 4 methods are gravity separation, froth flotation process, magnetic separation, and chemical method. All these 4 methods are not there for you. We are going to discuss once again these 4 methods in 12th class, not even 11th class also. Just remember the 4 method. This method depends upon the gravity, weight, mass. Okay, this depends upon, this is best for the sulfide ores where the impurities are removed from this method. Magnetic, if the impurity or the metal is magnetic in nature, that time we follow this method. Chemical method is what? If the physical method fails, then we go for the strong chemical method wherein we remove the impurity by some chemical agents. Okay, so this all we study in the 12th class. Till then, please hold it. Okay, right now, after the enrichment of an ore, increasing the percentage of metal, now our next work is what? Our next work is how to extract metal from its ore, or how to convert that ore into free metal. Okay, this is called as what? Extraction of metals or the metallurgy, and this is the key step in the metallurgy. Okay, but here again we will study under the three headings. Okay, what are those headings? One is if the metal belongs to least reactive. Second is what? If the metal belongs to moderate reactive. And if the metal belongs to what? Uh, very what? Most reactive. So according to the activity of the metal, we adopt a special method. Now first what we study? We study if the metal belongs to least reactive. Which are those? They may be either copper or mercury or silver, okay, or platinum, gold, all those are chemically least reactive. So when the metal is least reactive, then metal with some impurity, what is the association? It is a not so strong bonding because metal is least reactive. It cannot go for the strong bond. So bond is very weak. What is a bond? It is attachment, chemical attachment. That is very weak. When it is weak, then we can break easily. Okay. For that, just you have to heat it, or with small with chemical agent you heat it and automatically impurity goes chemically and the metal is made free. Best example is what? Yes, this is what? Cinnabar. Cinnabar is mercury ore. Okay, this one with heating with oxygen converts into its oxide form. This oxide upon heating decomposed gives the mercury. So mercury is taken out from the cinnabar by heating with what? Oxygen. Just heating. No extra method is required. No extra chemical is required. Strong chemicals. Okay. In the same way, copper also comes under the very close to the least reactive side. So it is done by same method how it is done. But here small correction is what? First, sulfide ore of copper is heated with O2 like here cinnabar. Then here complete cinnabar is converted here. But here we have to wait 50% of CuS becomes Cu2O. Then this Cu2O will take for the conversion of remaining Cu2S because they are most friendly. So copper can react easily. You can remove 6U. So S can take go to RMC. Otherwise you can do it in only one step or two steps left to you. Okay. But ultimately just by heat alone we have separated the extracted the copper from their from its ore. Okay. Right. This is the what? One of the industry what cinnabar industry in the Chennai. Okay, just have taken from the what history literature, right? This is our cinnabar ore. Okay, this is American. The previous one was not cinnabar; it was for the copper. Now, after seeing the cinnabar ore, now this is the mercury plant which is there in the America. Okay, then imagine how much work is there what to get the metal. So lot of work is there, lot of efforts are there, lot of physical labor is involved, lot of planning is there. Then only we get the metal in the pure condition. Okay, right. So metallurgy is a very special and a demand branch in the chemistry, right? Now extraction of metals in the middle of the reactivity series. Okay, now slightly they are more reactive compared to the least reactive. That means their bond was very weak. Now here bond is not so weak, slightly more stronger. So it is slightly stronger. Sorry, when the bond is slightly strong bond, then by heating it will not break. If the bond is weak, just by heating, now the bond is little stronger. So heat plus some special agent. That agent is called as what? Converting agent, reacting agent, reducing agent, or reducing agent. Okay. So here we use some special chemicals which acts as a reducing agent, and that reducing agent will reduce the ore into the metal. Okay. Right. Now normally, metals occurs in two important forms in the earth crust. One is oxide form, other one is sulfide form. Okay. Now, depend upon the type of the ore, we adopt a suitable method. I told, if it is sulfide ore, then to convert the sulfide ore first into oxide, then oxide to the zinc. Okay. What we do, we heat with oxygen so that that was sufficient oxygen. Why? we have to remove complete S in the form of SO2, so that zinc will react with O, becomes the zinc oxide. We are heating with a large amount of O2. Okay, and this is called what? This heating technique is called as roasting. So roasting method is best for the sulfide ores. If the ore belongs to sulfide category, and if it is moderate reactive, you go for the roasting method. Okay, right. Now, if the metal belongs to carbonate ore, I told just now, once again I repeat, normally two important forms of ores are what? Carbonate ore and the sulfide ore. If the sulfide ore is there, please follow the roasting. If the ore belongs to a carbonate ore, so this is one example of carbonate ore, zinc carbonate. Okay, here already O is there. So to convert the zinc carbonate into zinc oxide, no need to supply O, already O is there, or with limited supply of O. Okay, therefore just heat it, it decomposes into zinc oxide and carbon dioxide escapes. Okay, now why we are converting the sulfide ore and the carbon into oxide ore? Because in chemistry oxides are easy to convert, because in higher class we learn this bond is there, no, between the oxygen and the metal. It is a very weak bond. Thermodynamically you can easily convert it, that we learn in the higher class. Okay, therefore if the ore is in the oxide form, no problem. If the ore is not in the oxide form, please convert it to the oxide form, because oxide ores are easy to convert into metal. Okay, right. Therefore we have done this method. Once again, if the ore belongs to sulfide category, follow roasting. If the ore belongs to carbonate category, follow the calcination. Whether it is a roasting or a calcination, our aim is to convert the ore into oxide form. Once the ore becomes oxide form, then using suitable agent. Carbon is the best cheap and the best reducing agent. Okay, so this carbon will take away the oxygen, making zinc free. In this way, zinc is extracted. Okay. So what we learned today? Today we learnt how to extract the metal which are in the least reactive side, and how to extract the metal in the moderate reactive side. Now in the tomorrow we discuss what? We discuss how to extract metals which are in the reactivity side, most reactivity side. Bond is very strong. How to separate, how to break that bond. So till then, please hold. Have a nice time.